Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Emma. I'm an LPN. I've been so for about 3.5 years. It'll mark 4 years later on in the fall. And yeah, I've been documenting my journey as a nurse so far. And right now I work from home in chronic disease management, and this video was highly requested by 3 people who sent me an email saying that they are considering this type of work from home job and they also have kids at home. So I thought this would be an amazing opportunity to show the rest of y'all also how I manage my days with a child at home. I chose this day specifically because my husband actually works on this day. If y'all new here, he works nights, and so on the days that he works, my work day is kind of different in that I have to kind of prioritize certain times of the day to get a bulk of my focus work done. So I typically start the day downstairs. No, not typically. I do start the day downstairs. That's been going on for about 2.5 months now. About 2.5 months ago, I got a deep tissue massage, and the masseuse just told me that my muscles were very, very tight, especially my lower back and thigh muscles. And she asked me if I sit around a lot, and I told her I do. I have a work from home job, and she's like, it's very crucial not only to hydrate, but also to stretch before work, throughout the day, and then to also just be mindful about standing up and moving my body around, because she says my muscles were just so tight. So since that day, I decided to start my workday standing up, and it's been a game changer, you guys. I have those 2 boxes propped up there because I'm very tall, and so not only does it help with like my neck posture and my back posture in general, but it helps just be eye level with my computer while I'm standing up and working. I have yet to pull the trigger, you guys, to get myself a standing desk. If there's any company out there watching this video, please, I would love to work with you. It would be a pleasure. It's not within my budget right now to spend $150 to $200 for a standing desk, but if you would love to work with me, please send me an email. Thank you. So I do start my day with a cup of tea. I'm not a coffee person. In the colder months, I do drink hot chocolate, but it's tea all the way for me. And I just love the way it just gets me ready and going for the day. First thing that I do early in the morning is usually check my metrics. That's the first thing that I do. I first check how many alerts I have for the day or for the morning time. And then I go on to check my metrics. I see how many calls I need to make. I see how many patients still need some time in their charts, need chart reviews, excuse me. And then I jot them down. Once it's been about an hour to an hour and a half, I usually migrate to my couch and get some more work done. Usually my goal is to reach at least 20 patients for the day. Those are our monthly required monitoring calls. So on the days when my husband is working, I try to get those calls started as early as I can after my alerts, because then the little one wakes up. So that morning time is very crucial for me. It's quiet, focused time that I get to have to myself. And then the little one joins me when I'm not on a call. We say good morning to each other and all the things. But when she sees that I'm on a call, she knows to be quiet, and so that I can complete my calls. And I've trained her to do that. So in the beginning, when I first started this job, it was a little hard, but I've trained her to basically, when she starts to hear me say hello, she knows to start, being quiet with whatever she's doing. And plus I would shush her sometimes before I start my calls. But at this point, she's used to it. So when she's up like this, we kind of hang out. I still work for a little bit until she starts to ask me to want to eat something, but usually we just kind of hang out. She lets me do my job, and then after that she'll kind of get off of me and go play and mind her business. We usually start the day with reading. She loves to read books. We read about like 4 to 5 books in a row, just because she just loves story time first thing in the morning. And it's also something that we've worked on. So she's gotten into the habit of expecting to have something read to her. And then she goes off and plays, and I get some more work done. I'm usually done with my alerts sometime between 11 to 11, from 11 to 12 o'clock or 1, sometimes depending on what kind of day it is. But on this day, I was already done with my alerts by like 10:30. And then today also happened to work in my advantage because our meeting was canceled that day. So I had a little extra time to myself to just work and focus on other things. Right now, I'm fixing breakfast. I usually fix her a little breakfast. We start the day with fruit, any kind of fruit that we have in house, and then some cereal or whatever she wants for breakfast. Usually, she's a toddler, and so I've gotten to a point where I just ask her, what do you want? Because I don't have time to be guessing. So this is when I migrate upstairs to my office. That means that my husband is up and he's able to take over for the rest of the day, or at least until he goes to work. And that's another pocket of focus time that I have. By now, my focus work is outreaching patients and trying to just meet my minimum quota of 20 calls. These are monthly calls where we outreach our patients to see how they're doing, answer any questions or concerns they may have pertaining to their vitals, and then also just kind of let them know where they stand and give them like their last weekly average and all of that. We do discuss some of their health concerns that they may want me to relate to their provider. So those are usually, very important calls for the most part, because you do have information that patients share with you that you haven't had since you last spoke with them. So by then it's mid-afternoon and I'm just trucking along, just working. What you guys don't see here is me sometimes going up and down the stairs checking in on her because I hear her crying sometimes, or she's saying that she wants something. But yeah, that's just basically what I do upstairs, just focus, work as much as I can, and then I make my way downstairs and fix myself some lunch. By now, it's probably around like 1:30 to 2 o'clock. I also make sure that I use that time to fix any snacks for the little one downstairs or whatever she wants to eat. I fix it for her. So that I don't have to go back downstairs for any time soon until, my husband leaves for work. And so yeah, I just keep trucking on. I'm working, making calls, going back and forth with between trying to meet my monitoring calls and also calling patients for triage because I'd still have alerts that come in throughout the day. I also already had leftovers in the refrigerator to eat for everyone else, so I didn't have to really split my attention between cooking and working. And on those days, it's always easier for me. Funny story of my workday, y'all. I called one of my patients to check in for the month. The POA answered, and we're talking about blood pressure fluctuations for this patient. And they end up telling me that when the patient's readings are in the 1 teens, the patient says that it's too low, and they go in the kitchen to fix himself a bowl of ramen noodles. And so we both started laughing. I said, the 1 teens, when systolic is in the 1 teens, that's actually okay. That's not considered low. And so I advise against eating ramen noodles in general, but I thought that was the funniest thing. I'm like, this patient really is treating themselves with ramen noodles. Can't walk outside. It's raining.
It's wet.
Yeah, it's wet outside. You gotta wait till the rain stops.
Raindrop. It's a raindrop.
Yeah, raindrops outside. So by this time, this is when work gets a little choppy for me. I start having to split my attention. My husband's already left for work, and she's already hinting that she wants to go outside, and it's raining, so I'm trying to distract her with singing songs in between my calls, and I'm also charting and doing some chart reviews. So we're just really towards the last few hours of the work day. We're just trying to hold on tight, y'all, between singing and making calls and just telling her to be quiet because mommy's on the phone and all that. Guys, we came back home from a walk and literally 10 minutes later she fell asleep, which was great for me. I knew she would because it's always usually around her nap time that she wants to do something extra. I guess it helps her fall asleep faster. But yeah, we came back from a walk, and by now it's probably like 4:15, and I usually just use the rest of that day to get some more focused work done. The last hour of the day, I usually will keep it for checking emails or responding back to text messages and voicemail, or sometimes I just push myself and try to do extra calls if I can. But yeah, so that is how today went. Again, not every day is the same, y'all, but this is how today went. I hope this helps for those of you who asked. Bye.